back to the channel. Miss Crochet and Coffee here, and today we got an unboxing. Now this is a big old box, so I'm just going to put it off to the side and open it. This actually, I was contacted by a company called Maydear. Maydear is over on Amazon, as you can tell from the Amazon box. I'm thinking they might have their own website. If they do, all their information will be linked down below. I will link everything that I get in this video. So they contacted me and asked me would I be willing to do a little video for them to show that they are now selling diamond paintings. And then I guess they happened to notice that I did a punch needle video. And they also offered punch needle, which is hilarious because I was actually looking at their site the day before they contacted me, and I saw that they sold punch needle. So let's take a look and see what we got inside the box. So we got a couple of things. So we got this. I think it's just those two. Is it just those two? It's just those two. Okay. So we're going to get rid of that box. All right. So let's get into this first. So this is our punch needle. I'm going to guess all the supplies are inside. So let me adjust myself here. All right. So this is one of their little punch needles from the website. Oh, and they even give you snips. I love these snips. These are the good snips. These are the good snips that I like to use. And I say snips because they're like scissors, and it cuts the yarn so that it doesn't fray when you cut it. So really like those. Okay, and so I was wrong. This is not punch needle. They do carry quite a selection of punch needle, which I will be going over after I'm done and grabbing a couple of them. But this is actually embroidery. So, embroidery is different from punch needle because embroidery doesn't use such a big tool. It uses a tool that's a little... I'll show you. Because if you remember my punch needle video, also, yes, Miss Coffee knows how to embroider. It's essentially the same thing as punch needle, but it's a little bit different with the stitches. You drag stitches over to make your pattern instead of just punching through. So here is the pattern that you would make, and they give you all the needles and your floss that you need. So this is your starter kit, and of course you would put this in here, and you would go through and make your flowers and everything else. So that's really cool. So actually, let's see, like, do they have like a legend or something I'm supposed to go off of? Or how does this work? So let's see here. Because I am going to need a little bit of Jesus on this because it's been forever since I embroidered anything. So let me get set up and I'm going to show you what I do first. Because I'm going to do a little demonstration of this. And then, of course, you guys already know, if you want a video, just let Miss Coffee know down in the comment sections, and we'll do another video on embroidery, because Miss Coffee does all the things. Okay, so, told y'all we were going to be crafting. Y'all thought Miss Coffee was playing. You're like, oh, she's just going to teach us how to crochet. Wrong. Wrong. All right, so we're just going to put that hoop on there. We're going to tighten it up. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. We're going to tighten it up on there. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of hoops because they do, after a while, they're not, like, the projects tend to slip around a little bit. And this one has a couple of spots in it where I would watch the wood because you're going to get a splinter. So I'm going to cut those off with my snips. So I'm just pulling it to make sure it's nice and tight all around, because you want that fabric to be nice and taut. Yeah. When the wood's splitting like that, that's not a good sign. You don't want to hurt yourself. So I'm just going to snip it off there. There we go. Problem solved. All right. So there's that. And then, of course, you have your threads and your needle and everything. So let's see. We're going to let's do a leaf, I think. Or do you want to do this one? I'm thinking you're just following the same colors, I think. So let's try that. Let's try following the same colors. So we're going to grab some of this. And give me a second here. Okay, because it says this is 6 strands. It says embroidery thread is divided into 6 strands and 3 strands are divided into 3 small strands. So am I supposed to use 1 strand, 2 strands? Like I see they have it folded here. So we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. So let's take and let's do 3 strands, maybe 2 strands. What I like to do is I like to pinch and then pull down. Oh, hold on. Oh, did I drop some? Nope. Okay. Okay, now that I got my life together. So you're pulling the strands apart one by one. So there's 1 strand. My thing is, am I supposed to use 2 strands? It doesn't really tell you how many strands to use. It tells you the different stitches, which is, when you open it up here, it has the instructions. They have it in English and, I think I want to say Chinese or Japanese. I'm not 100% sure. So it shows you the French beans that you're supposed to do for the clouds, the satin embroidery, which is for the hearts, French bean embroidery, again, for the little puffs coming off the flower here, satin embroidery, contour embroidery. Like, there's different stitches that go into this. So I'm going to try to do, because like I said, it's been forever since I've done one of these. But this isn't telling me, it says 6 strand. Oh, okay. So underneath, it tells you, okay, get down into the business. Let's get down into the business. So when you're doing it, it tells you how many strands you need, okay? So 3 strands, 3 strands, 3 strands. So I'm going to need 1 more strand out of the yarn or the thread that I got here. And embroidery uses a needle. It doesn't use the punch needle. You're not punching through that fabric. You're actually just essentially like cross-stitching. Okay, get off my hand. All right, so I got my 3 strands going here. And we're going to need one of those needles. That's a dog. Don't mind Daisy. She sees other dogs and she doesn't understand why she can't be outside. Daisy, enough. All right, so we're going to put the 3 strands together because you got to put them together. Make sure they're the same length and everything. Make sure you're all good. And then we're going to take one of the needles they provided us. Hopefully this doesn't turn into the bead it cross stitch tutorial. Oh god, that tutorial was a hot mess. All right, and then we're going to put these in here. So I'm just going to roll it up like this, and I'm going to try to thread the needle. All right, we're going to get our life together one day. So we're going to try to thread this needle. I wonder if it'd be easier if I try to do it one at a time. This actually looks like 4 strands. Alright, so that took me longer than I expected. But I got the 3 strands on my needle, okay? And essentially this instructions tells you how to do it. So since I haven't done this in forever, I'm going to just kind of leave those instructions over there. This is how I do it, okay? You do it however you feel comfortable doing it. So I got my needle threaded, okay? And unlike with cross stitch, you don't thread down to the bottom like how you would pull the ends together and then tie a knot. No, no, no. With embroidery, you do it like this because you're using the max amount of thread that is there to be used. So then what you're going to do is once you get it threaded, you're going to want to tie a knot in the end of your floss here. Be very careful. This does, as if you're a cross stitcher, you already know that it can get tangled very easily. So I'm just making a couple of knots in the bottom just to make it bigger than the needle, because if it's not, then what'll end up happening is it'll just pull through the fabric. So I'm going to make a couple of knots here to try to get a big knot going so that it won't come through the fabric, and then it'll leave a little bit of a tail which you can trim off with your snips. So there is my knot and my thread, and then what I'm going to do is take the snips, because you got this gigantic tail here, right? You don't want that tail, so all you do is take your snips, snip that right off. So I'm going to get the cap for that because, you know, safety first. Put the cap on the snips. So let's go through one of these leaves. This is going to be the longest unboxing ever. So we're going to start here on this leaf right there. And we're just going to go to the bottom of it, and we're going to pull up. And this is essentially like sewing. So you just pull it through all the way to the knot. And then you go back in. You don't want to make it too big. This isn't a leaf, so you don't want to make it too big. This is more like a stem to a flower. And then when you do your next stitch, you're going to go above that one. I'm going to go just a couple of inches above it right here. And then essentially it's like you're back stitching. So if you know cross stitching, it's like your back stitching. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into the front of that first one I did. And that right there will kind of connect them. So I'm going to go up a little bit. Pull that up. And then go down. And that will give it a little bit of the look of like a stem, more so to say than like doing like the X's and stuff. And actually I'm going to go right behind that hole. So if you can't see, bring it down so you can actually see. So what I did was I went in like right behind that hole. I went in between the stitches there, and I'm going to pull that out. Boom. And we're going to go to this last one here. We're going to go up, pull it out, and then we're going to go in between here, right above where that last hole was for the top of that one. Pull it through. So we got that one done. So then our next one, and again, this is just how I remember doing it. It's been, like I said, it has to have been at least 15 years since I've done this. So you just push it through. And then you go down. Y'all look, I'm going to have y'all doing all the crafts, okay? Y'all hang with me and I'll have you doing all the things. And then we're going to go up. Pull through. And then we're going to go right above where it was at. And then we're going to go right here at the base of this leaf and go up, pull through, and then we're going to go right in front of it. We're going to split that thread and go in between it. And I'm going to show you why I'm doing it like that. How do I get dog hair on this already? Seriously? Y'all, if you live in a house with pets, you already know. So, why go through the thread instead of just bouncing back and forth? Because do you see the separation here? It's not bad, but you want it to more so look like a chain link instead of like so separated that it looks like a dotted line. So you want to make sure you're going through the threads. In my opinion, you want to make sure you're going through the threads. And you want to be very careful not to tangle up your yarn or your thread. So that's essentially how you get started. If you guys would like a video doing more on this, let me know. Hold up, I just got needle minders. Needle minders and cover minders are a little bit different. Needle minders for stuff like this are flat. And then, well, let's use our corgi butt. And you just kind of put that on there like that. So yeah, so that's how you start an embroidery. So Maydear over on Amazon has embroidery and punch needle. Again, I will order 1 or 2 of their punch needles to see how the quality of those are. But I wanted to, when I picked out the stuff, I just picked out the 2 cutest things I saw. So I picked out this, and I don't remember what the diamond painting is. And of course, it has your strand kit here. So yeah, so that's the first thing they sent me. Did y'all forget that this was an unboxing? All right. And the instructions, you can use those if you need to. YouTube is a great element to find videos on how to do so, because I don't know about you, but I'm a visual learner. So if I need to see someone do it, and I'm pretty sure YouTube probably has videos for it, so you can go look on YouTube. So yeah, so that's the embroidery kit. And that's all that comes into that. So let's get into the diamond painting. I think it's supposed to be a diamond painting. And I'm going to use my snips to get in here. At least to start it off. I do like the fact that they give you snips with them, because not all companies will give you snips. So we're going to rip that open like a crafty savage. we're going to pull out this kit. It looks like it's double-sided adhesive. Ooh, I see baggies. Brownie points. Bah, bah, bah. All right, and then you have your basic tool kit, which comes with a green boat with a little bit of a funnel, a plate of wax, a pink pen, and tweezers. They're like the cheapo tweezers that if you look at it hard enough, they'll bend. Yeah. So, and I am aware that people like using the regular boat and stuff. There is nothing wrong with that. That's just going to donate it because I don't use it. So there's no point of me keeping it because I don't use it. So we're going to put all this stuff in this plastic so we can get ready to put it in trash. So it comes in baggies, and it tells me it's a round because it's round drills. So let's see. I have a piece of paper I'm touching. Is it? Oh, it's on a little foam roller. Now, preference-wise, if I had a preference, because I do get asked this every time I do on double-sided adhesive. Preference, I'd rather have poured glue because it's less likely to become damaged. This one looks like it'll be fine. Let's see. Does it tell you what it is? It doesn't tell you what it is. It gives you the instructions in English and, I think, Chinese or Japanese, whatever that is. I'm not 100% sure. Again, don't come at me in the comments. So, it tells you what all comes with it. You got your green boat. You got your toolkit here. You got your high-quality pre-printed canvas with design chart. You got your drills and all that fun stuff. Shows you how to diamond paint. Get rid of all this stuff. So, let's see. What is this? Oh, I remember. It's a little lighthouse. Alright. So, I'm going to try to open this without damaging it. Because if you don't open... I got to get rid of this because it's going to bring fuzzies all over it. So, we're going to put that off to the side. Because if you don't open these correctly, see what's happening there? You see that? See how it's growing? It's getting a bubble in the plastic because it's no longer touching the canvas. And you will see them start to spider web all over your kit. So real quick, I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to attempt to pull this up. I'm going to try to pull this up. Alright. Because I think if you get to them fast enough, it shouldn't damage your kit. Just a little one. Just a little one. Alright, so the kit did come undamaged, but you got to be careful when you're opening these. You should probably let it... I should have let it sit out for a little bit, but I don't got that kind of time. So, it looks like they do use training wheels, which training wheels are the dark circles around the symbol. So, as you can see, you got your half moons here, you got some O's, you got some 6s. The symbol clarity looks really, really good. Doesn't look too bad. And it's a 27.6 width by 27.6 height in centimeters. Alright. So, the only thing I don't like about it so far is the training wheels. I don't do training wheels. I don't like training wheels. I, of course, will do the kit. Like, for real. But I'm not the biggest fan of training wheels, and I'll tell you why. Training wheels make your symbol smaller. When that symbol is smaller, if you don't see the best, you're like in it with Mr. Magoo magnifying glasses and goggles trying to see the symbols. I'm not a big fan of those. Some people are, which is perfectly fine. My preference is not to have training wheels. You could use a light pad to help you see the symbols better. I would use it on like a light or a low or medium setting. Wouldn't go super high with it because these symbols you can actually make out. Like the 4 and 5 here, I can make those out no problem. But yeah, it's just a really cute little lighthouse. Oh my gosh, words today. Words, can we get them please? So this has 16 colors. It does have a schematic on both sides, which is completely adorable because it's a small enough kit where I don't think you need it on both sides. But it does give you a thumbnail picture of what you're supposed to be drilling. So this is what we're supposed to be drilling. And of course on the other side, you'll see the picture from Amazon. So yeah, so it's, even though it's double-sided adhesive, I can rock with it. I can rock with it. And what I did here was I pulled the cover paper back. So if you're new to diamond painting and you get a kit, never ever pull that paper off all the way. Don't do it. You will ruin your kit and you'll never get it back on the way that they have it on. So what did I do? I pulled it back as far as I could without taking it off. And this is how you also flatten your kits as well. So you're going to take it and you're going to flatten it down. And if you have like a ruler or something flat, like a straight edge of something, like the drill straighteners, you can take that and take it over this. I'm just taking my fist and make sure I knock off any bubbles that might persist in it. and see how flat it is after just doing that. And then you can do the other side as well. So I'm going to pull this back, pull it down as far as I can without pulling it off. So I'm telling you right now, you will fight, okay? You will be fighting to get that back on. So pull it back the opposite way just to check out the top of it. I love the colors in it. It's a lot of color blocking. I didn't realize it was going to be color blocking. That's not why I picked it, but it's a lot of color blocking. And then I'm just going to lay it back down. Make sure it's nice and flat. Now, I did do a video, which I will link up there in the eye, on how to save your kits like this. So if you're someone who does like double-sided adhesive kits, it's your world, do your thing, boo-boo. But Miss Coffee's going to show you how to save those kits so that when you go back to them, they're not damaged and have bubbles. So what I discovered was if you take like, when you get a poured glue kit, it comes with plastic on top. And I couldn't figure out why those came with plastic, but these came with this opaque paper. And this actually looks like release paper. So you might be okay just leaving this on this one. Because you can use like the release papers you get from like Etsy or Amazon, or Star Or is one of the sellers of the release papers. Which I will link some release papers if I remember down in the comments or in the description box. If I don't link the release paper, somebody shoot me a comment and be like, hey, where's those release papers at? And I'll make sure to link them. But the release papers look just like this, except for you would cut them into like threes. Boom, boom, pow. That's your release papers. So this kit, again, has 16 colors. And it did come with the toolkit. So if you're new, it will come with everything you need to start it. I usually donate my toolkit, so that's why you see it over there. Because there's literally a bin that I keep in my house full of these toolkits in case somebody asks for them or I need to donate them. So that's why they usually go flying. There was a big debacle about that this week. It's ridiculous. All right, so here we go. I like the fact that it has a little label on it. It tells you the DMC code number, and it has like a little color-coded line on it. So number 2, 517, and you would just match these up to this, which I'm going to guess these are weighed instead of just counted. So these are weighed, so it tells you 517 is the DMC number. And then that other number is going to probably be the weight. So number 3 is 553. And you would just match them up like that. And because they're numbered, you really don't even have to match them up to do inventory. You can just lay them out. So it's only got 16 colors. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good kit. I don't think they have anything super big. They don't have a big selection as of yet, just because they're just getting started. I totally put those up there out of order. So number 6, 7, number 2, number 3. There we go. I was like, hold up, why does that? Y'all, look, I will get my life together one day. Today is not that day. 6, 7. One of y'all is going to be like, well, when will it be, Miss Coffee? I don't know. One of these days. So 10, 11. Looks like 310, but it's 939. 12, 13, 14. Oh, that's not 14. That's 14, 15, 16. So all the colors are there and accounted for. Nice, vibrant colors. It looks like they have good drill quality. Looks like it's pretty good. This is something that I can finish up real quick to let you guys know how it is. I know it's not like the most, intricate, detailed image, but like, I thought it was really cute, and I like lighthouses. So, it's my world. I'll do my thing, okay? So, from Maydear. So far, from what I can see, minus the fact that, again, I'm not the biggest fan of double-sided adhesive, but I can rock with it. Double-sided adhesive, symbol clarity is there. Consistency seems to be there where you have your bags and they're weighed, so you don't get an inventory sheet. You do get the paper that tells you how to diamond paint and what all should come in your kit. I was able to, essentially, when I got it, I was able to pull it all out of the box and diamond paint right away. It had the wax, it had the pen, it had, which I don't think the pen had a multi-placer with it, but it had the pen, the wax, the boat. They usually give like a little squishy to put onto it, which if you don't have a squishy, I've seen people use like ponytail holders to put onto it to hold on to. Okay, so it's later in the evening, as you can see, and I have a box, and you're probably wondering, why is this in the middle of the video? Because I didn't realize when they sent out the package that they sent out 2 different packages. I didn't get a tracking number. So this is part 2 to that unboxing for Maydear. So let's get inside and see what this one is. So I'm thinking this might be the punch needle, because I could have sworn I got a, which is why I thought the embroidery was a punch needle, because I could have sworn I got a punch needle from them. So we'll see what we have in here. Oh, And of course, I like their branding, Maydear up there at the top. DIY punch needle kit. That's what I thought it was. So DIY punch needle kit. Yes. Now, I didn't know the vast variety that they had on their website over on Amazon. And when I went to go look for this, I was like, holy crap, they literally have a lot of punch needles. So if you're interested in diamond painting, embroidery, punch needle, go check them out. Yes. And looks like the item is actually printed on. Now, sometimes you can get punch needles that aren't printed on, and they'll have like the pattern that you have to put on yourself. And it's a whole hot mess because if you can't draw a straight line, then it's just, gosh. So I like to get mine pre-printed. I can't really draw. I can draw a little bit. I can make it look like something. But I can't draw like, you know, Mr. Coffee or anything. So here's your string, which if you can see that. Here's your string to thread your needle. They give you a wooden needle, which is pretty good. I do like that. It seems pretty sturdy. The last punch needle I got, the tool that I got with it was a little janky. But what do you know, it is what it is. And, of course, that is how you would thread your needle. You would take this little piece of plastic that they gave you. You probably think it's trash. You would fold it in half. You would shove it down the barrel. And I'm not going to show you how to punch a needle. I already showed you guys how to punch a needle, so you should still know that. If not, I'll put a little eye in the top of the video where you can go check out the punch needle video. And then that's how you thread it there. So there's the thread coming out. You put your yarn in there, and then you just pull it through. And then, of course, you remember to pull it through that back hole as well. The fabric is actually like braided or something on the ends, so it's not going to unravel. So that's a plus because you don't want to be picking off little pieces of the thing if it's like shedding on the bottom there. So let me get the little pieces that are already on there off. So yeah, so it's a nice sturdy cloth. I think they call it cheesecloth. I don't know why they call it that. I'm pretty sure somebody will know and put it down in the comments. So here's are your beautiful yarns for it. Yes, I can't wait to get started on this one. And of course, with your embroidery or your punch needle embroidery, with your punch needle, it will give you some directions on how to thread your needle, how to get the pattern and the the hoop, and then how to get started with your punch needle. So yes, like I said, they have a really good variety of punch needles. So if that video intrigued you and you wanted to give them a try, I would definitely say go for if you're in the US, or if you're in the UK or somewhere that has like Amazon and they have the if they have the Maydear on the website for the UK version, which I'm not sure. If they do, I will try to link it. If they don't, I'm sorry. Try what is it? FG Normal. FG Normal has these as well. But if you live in the US and you want to try a punch needle but don't want to wait a year and a day for it to come from overseas, I would definitely try Maydear over on Amazon. Of course, again, I will link the embroidery, the diamond painting, and the punch needle. They have a good variety of different crafts on their website. So just from looking at it, they have something about boutique promotions, cross stitch, diamond painting, which it looked like they had stamped cross stitch on there as well. So if you're a new cross stitcher and you want to do stamped cross stitch, they also have stamped cross stitch, diamond painting, embroidery, punch needle, hair chalk. I don't know how that's in with crafting, but okay. Hair chalk, face painting, 30-gram face paint, and more. So whatever that more is. So you guys can go check them out over on Amazon. I definitely would say give them a check out because they have a lot of really good stuff on their website from what I can see. If you have everything from literally stamped cross stitch to embroidery to diamond painting to punch needle. It's like a crafter's delight over there. So you guys go check out Maydear. I'm going to get the heck out of here and send you back to the original video. Bye now. And we're back. All right. So I talked to the folks over at Maydear about the products. Absolutely love their products. Definitely give them 2 big old thumbs up. You guys should go check them out. Again, if you live in the US, this will be a quicker way to get a punch needle. It's really good quality. I really like it. I also have the embroidery kit, which is this little kit here. I wanted to take a couple of days to work on it because I had to refresh my brain. I had to knock the dust off my brain to remember how to do embroidery. I was in such a groove that this flower here, this flower, these 2 leaves, this flower, and these 2, I actually put the wrong color. I put the light green instead of the dark green, which is fine. It still looks really good. I got the hearts done, so I absolutely love this embroidery. So if you guys would like a little tutorial on embroidery, please leave that comment down in the comment section below. I already have another one of these on the way from them. And right now in their shop, they have 40%, up to 40% off on their images and stuff in their shop, like all their products in their shop. And then if you use the code, I think it's Xmas2020AT, it will give you an extra 10%. So essentially you're saving 50% off of any diamond paintings or anything else that they might have in their shop. So please feel free to go check them out. Again, I will link them down in the comment section below with the discount code in case I'm wrong. So it'll probably flash up on the screen and be down in the description box so that you guys can go over and check out some of their awesome products. I also didn't realize when I was doing the unboxing of the diamond painting, look, they have the picture on it. So it gives you a rendering, not just the picture, it gives you a rendering of what your picture is going to look like whenever it's completed. So I absolutely love that. So 2 big old thumbs up from Miss Coffee, because if you guys remember, the diamond painting is also in baggies. So this is something that's already kitted up and ready to go. It is a round. It didn't present with any bubbles or rivers. I do believe it is double-sided adhesive. It's not poured glue, which is fine. And then, of course, we have our embroidery kit, and then we have our punch needle, which comes with everything, including a really cool tool to do your punch needle with all your threads and your little piece of plastic to thread your needle. I haven't started that one yet. I will be starting that one soon, but I really, really like this stuff. If you guys would like to see more videos on the embroidery, again, write that down in the comment section below. The diamond painting, of course, you know, it's a diamond painting, so I'll get to that whenever I'm able to, because as you guys already know, I have tons of diamond paintings going on. So with that said, thank you folks so much for watching. Again, don't forget to go over and check them out for up that 50% off and try to get yourself something cool for the holidays, or maybe buy a friend something for the holidays if you got, you know, last minute gift ideas. So with that said, I'm going to shoot you guys back over to the original video. So yeah, so far from what I can see, everything looks really good. So I would say go give them a try. Check them out over on Amazon. I will link it all down in the description box below. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment, and I'll do my best to answer them. But with that said, I now must bid you adieu. But not before reminding you that if you're new to the channel and would like to see more random crazy videos just like this, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified anytime I randomly decide to put up a video. And believe me, it's random. But with that said, I must now bid you adieu. But not before reminding you, wear your mask, wash your hands, don't touch your face, keep your 6 feet, and always try to be kind, be courteous, be cool.